Good morning, wherever you are. It's time for the Monday Minute with the Poppy of the Paranormal. I'm Christian Paul. I hope y'all had a great weekend. We have got some interesting things to talk about today. As always, Jan is joining us here this morning. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about a Facebook Live session that I did in the death house of Nevada State Prison, Carson City, Nevada. Now, what's the big deal, right? It's a Facebook Live. If you're on a team, if you got a team, everybody's done them. Not that big a deal, right? Wrong. Okay, so what do we got? I did a live session in the death house, a little bit under 6 minutes long. Now, the first thing, I had done this, and it was about 10:30 at night, Nevada time, which made it like 12:30 in the morning, Central Time. So when I did this live session, essentially nobody watched it. Okay, because it was just on really, really late. And I really didn't think that much about it until I reviewed it. And I guess first thing off on that sector of this conversation is I never review Facebook Lives, but just something told me you got to do a little homework here, okay? I'm glad I did. So what do we got? Well, first off, and there is a post on the page about this. I've got it pinned at the top. You can't miss it. The audio formatting of this live session was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Now, Dennis and I have been to a lot of locations. Dennis and I have done multiple Facebook Lives. But something happened in this location that I had never seen happen before. Now, first off, a lot of first-offs in this conversation, I guess. I didn't know if doing a live session from the prison was going to work. Prisons are a lot of steel and concrete, and sometimes there is just no signal. What is very interesting about Nevada prison versus, Missouri State or Joliet, is that the death house at the location is not like basement level or first floor. This is actually up, at least second floor, maybe third, I think second floor. So I'm going to take a guess that was why I had a signal, because I wasn't buried, and the death house was on an outer wall, and maybe that's why I had a signal. Maybe. So if you haven't seen the live session, okay, you're like, well, what's he talking about? Well, I'm going to tell you something. I experienced something very, very strange with this clip. And that is the simple fact of the clip is up and down. What do I mean? One sentence will be really quiet. And the next section will be booming loud. There is a minimum of a 30 decibel difference. It's almost as if every other session the volume went up, then the next sentence the volume went down, then the next sentence the volume went up, next sentence the volume went down. I have never had this happen in all the Facebook Lives that we have ever done. If you want to see what it looked like in the audio editing programming I was doing. Good morning, Carrie. Thanks for joining us this morning. If you look at the session, you can see in the picture, it's pinned right to the top of our page. You can't miss it. If you look at it, you see this really little low volume mark, and right next to it, that thing will spike all the way up. So the first thing I had to do was go through this entire session and just to try to even things out a little bit. Now, I did go through it. I will admit I could have spent 10 hours trying to clean this live session up, and I did not do that. I just made it, I guess the word is tolerable to listen to. As you get into the clip longer, the audio does get better. I know like maybe the first minute or so, even with working the clip, trying to clean it up, so you're not getting your ears blown out and then on one sentence and then you can't hear the next sentence. I evened it out as much as I could without putting in an ungodly amount of time into this session. So, okay, you're thinking, okay, well, all right, he kind of evened it out, so now we can hear it. Big deal, right? Wrong. Like I said, this session was just under 6 minutes. In a 6-minute session, I found a minimum of 18 EVPs. 18. All different kind of frequency ranges. Some are pretty easy to hear and understand. Others not so much. Understand I'm reviewing with headphones, and I'm able to got the itchy nose again this morning. Damn allergies. Pardon me. What I found really amazing about some of the EVPs is that they mimic me. Okay? And some of it is two different voices, because you can tell, if you listen close, if you can tell by the intonation, the voices are not exactly the same, and they're both mimicking me. General rule of thumb, it takes a pretty strong entity to mimic you. Some people say only demonic entities can mimic you. I'm not saying that's true. I'm not saying that's false, but I did not experience anything there that I would have considered demonic. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the death house in Nevada State Prison, it has been on GAC. It has been on Kindred Spirits. I think Jack Osborne was there too, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, there's all kind of stuff out there on YouTube or whatever that, if you want to do a little homework on it, that you can watch and kind of check out, okay? As I was going through the clip, I could not believe how much I found. Now, I have my notes right here. And these are all timestamps. So we start off, I'm 8 seconds into the clip. 8 seconds into a Facebook Live, and I already got an EVP. I'm going to try to get this up and posted later on today so everybody can watch it. Do yourself a favor, watch it to the end, okay? Because the vast majority of EVPs start at approximately 4 minutes and 40 seconds. There are, and I'm going to tell you exactly here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 9 or 10 before that mark, but after that mark, things seem to come like every couple of seconds. Somebody else is throwing their 2 cents in on this clip. That's pretty amazing for a Facebook Live. I mean, this was all stuff captured on my iPhone. Now, as always, I was running a body cam at the same time I was doing this Facebook Live. I have not reviewed body cam footage as of yet. But if my phone picked up a bunch of stuff, I guarantee you the GRCs probably picked up even more. That's why we run those GRCs when we investigate. They're excellent at picking up EVP. And it's definitely going to be worth a listen, okay? Now, as I had gone through this, understand, I'm in the death house. I am the only live human person in this entire portion of this prison. As you go out the door of the death house, if you go straight ahead and then go to the left just a little bit, you can go through another door. There's 2 holding cells, which are basically used for people waiting their turn, shall we say. There is an entity that supposedly resides in one of the cells. He goes by the name of Mr. Cole. I was told by Susan from Nevada State Prison Paranormal, he doesn't like to be called by his first name. He likes to be called Mr. Cole, so I was very respectful. And definitely had some answers with Mr. Cole. But that's something for a later review. I just want to give you a layout of the scenario there. If you back up a few steps, and then down the hall is the women's block. I saw some strange things in that hallway. At one point, it actually looked like something was coming out of the wall as I looked down the hallway. Now, I was told by my docents from Nevada State Prison Paranormal that looking down that hallway, you can literally see shadow people down at the end, blocking out the window and going back and forth. I did not see that per se, but I did see something that looked like something was coming out of the wall. Very interesting. Crap ton to review yet. I'll get to it. I'll post it. You'll be able to see whatever it was I captured. But, yeah. Good stuff. Now, in the Facebook Live session, you can hear me say I was playing some harp ahead of that. I don't know how many music people watch our videos. Back in the day, I was in a lot of bands, etc., etc., etc. And played harmonica. So if I say play harp, playing harp, I'm not talking a stringed harp. We're talking harmonicas here, just to give people a little background that are non-music people. I have found that certain keys of harp seem to attract spirits more than other keys. Okay? Even if you're not a music person, you've heard, the key of C, the key of D, the key of A, whatever it is. Spirit seems to respond to certain keys better than others. I don't know if it's the actual sound or if it's the vibrational tone, because tones are frequencies, and are certain frequencies more attuned. I don't know. I just know that this particular scenario generated a lot of comments. And some pretty intelligent ones, too. Example, on the deathbed, this death house did not have chairs. Their method of execution, at least I think their first method was probably firing squad back in 18 whatever. So I'm talking now time, not 100 years ago time. They had a bed in there that they would strap you down to. And I made a comment about it looked like car seatbelts. I was talking about that. And I had one comment that said, Seatbelt City. A few seconds after that, I got another comment that said, I made it fit. But not the same voice. Good morning, Carol. Thanks for joining us this morning. So, really had some good, intelligent responses. Now, be aware, as I'm going through this Facebook Live, I didn't hear Jack Diddley Dog. I'm just talking, showing a few things in a very low light scenario. I had my phone and my headlight, and it seemed to be that the population generally liked what I was doing. I only had, in this whole session, now we're talking 18 EVPs, 18 in under 6 minutes. I only had one get out. I didn't have any leave or just leaves. And the get out was early on in the session. The get out was at about 29 seconds in. Okay? So, as we went, it was more and more. So you're gonna have to listen to it once I get it posted, and it's gonna be interesting. Now, please bear with it, because even though I worked the clip, the audio is very up and down in some spots, volume and frequency wise, and that's because that's the way it came out. I've never. Keith. I met Keith with Father Bob Bailey in Gettysburg about 2 years ago. 2 years ago? 3 years ago? Dennis and I have both got pictures with us, with Keith and with Father Bob. All right, I'm going to get back on track here, but thank you. That's cool. 22 years. You're a rookie. I'm being facetious here, but I started in 1985. So, yeah, I've been doing it longer than a lot of people that are doing it have been around on the planet. Take that for what it's worth, okay? But anyway, thanks for joining. So, we had so many things that were coming at me, and I didn't hear any of it. Also, during review, there was a couple of really strange kind of noises. Now, I'm on a concrete floor. I'm wearing some Skechers. So basically, rubber on concrete. Not noisy shoes by any means. There is one noise in particular that, as I'm editing the clip, I actually made a note, weird noise in the clip. It wasn't the only one, and again, I didn't hear it as it was happening. If somebody told me that my iPhone was going to catch all kind of EVPs, I would have been very skeptical. But in this case, it worked out okay. Now, what the body cam is going to show when I review that clip, I'm looking forward to it, and at the same time, I'm not looking forward to it, because that's also going to be then, I'm hoping not all the up, down in the frequency range. I mean, that was just brutal. In fact, I'm going to try to, give me just a second here. I'm multitasking on the minute here this morning. Please bear with me a second. I just want everybody to be able to see this. If you haven't seen the clip on the page, I probably should have had this set up, and I didn't. But we're gonna do that right now. Come on, there we go. Right, let me flip this around here, and everybody can get a taste of this here. Okay, you've got, I'll use this as an example. I'm barely audible right here. Look right next to it. That is quite a bit of difference in volume. Quite a bit of difference. I have never had that happen ever. Ever. And I don't know if I'll ever experience it again. I have never seen anybody, any team post anything like that, unless maybe somebody got it and just thought it was junk and got rid of it. Who knows? I'm glad I dug into it, because I had no idea there was as many captures in that clip as what there were, okay? So stay tuned for that. I will try to get that linked to the page today. So it'll be on YouTube, so you can check it out at any time. Please, when you're on the page, when you're on YouTube, when you're on SoundCloud, please, 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 please give us a comment, give us a like, give us a sub. It helps that Google algorithm, and actually the Meta algorithm too, so much. It really helps us to get the content out, and it inspires us to keep moving forward. So please, give us a like, give us a comment, give us a sub. On all of these platforms, it just helps us out so much. You wouldn't believe it. You're already there. Click. It happens that fast. It's really easy to do. Because I know people are watching. I can see the traffic counts. But we'll move on. We'll move on from there as we pull up to our conclusion. The video will be posted up later today. The audio quality is the worst right in the beginning. It does improve as the clip goes on, but it's not perfect just because of the way the clip was. Once again, I have never seen anything like this before in a clip, and we've done quite a few of them. I've done them. Dennis has done them. We've done them simultaneously. Crazy, but never had anything like that happen. Okay. Watch the video, like I said, till the end, because there's things going right up to the end of the video. I'm very curious to see how it keeps going on the body cam, because the body cams just ran constant until the batteries died all night, okay? So under 6 minutes, kick back, grab a soda, grab a coffee, grab whatever kind of beverage you want to grab, and just check it out. Again, there are parts where I am mimicked. You'll think it's me, but it is not. I will tag those, so you know it's a mimic, and it's not me. Again, as I mentioned earlier, some people feel only demons can mimic. Is that true? I did not have that feeling when I was there, but TV shows will have you think otherwise. What can I say in relationship to that? Boy, I had a fleeting thought there, and it went. Let me see if I can reel it in here. When I was there, it was mentioned to me, and actually, I have heard this at another location this past year, where because of the direction that they've taken it, a certain very well-known paranormal group wanted to get back into the location, and the people running it said no, because they don't want that connotation at their location. And I can definitely appreciate that, and we've come across well, that's kind of another subject. I think I'm gonna bypass that, but a lot of spirits, a lot of interaction, much to review. Looks like I lost connection there for a second because of that phone call coming in. 1,000 pardons. Anyway, that's the Monday Minute for today. Be good to each other. We're all we got. That being said, peace out.